I'm Dr. Orion Taraban, and this is Psych Hacks, Better Living Through Psychology. And the subject of today's short talk is the threshold of tolerance. So it can happen that in the course of our relationships, whether they're with family or with friends or with romantic partners, that we become the object of other people's displeasure, disrespect, and negativity. And there's this question that I think goes through most reasonable people's minds, which is basically, how much is enough? Like, at what point does this behavior become intolerable? At what point should I speak up or fight back? At what point should I leave the relationship? Now, there's no one-size-fits-all answer to this question, but I have a very simple rule of thumb to identify the threshold of tolerance, and I call it the stranger on a bus rule. It's very simple. The rule is that the people in my life need to treat me at least as well as they would treat a stranger on a bus, or they lose the privilege of my company. It's that simple. If someone in my life treats someone that they don't know in a social capacity better than they treat me behind closed doors, that's not tolerable. That's not acceptable, and is potentially very dangerous. And this is because those close to me have the opportunity to do significantly more damage to me than those kept at a distance. Since they have access to my vulnerabilities in my past, they can potentially weaponize that intimacy. And if they choose to do so, that would be a fundamental betrayal of my trust, which would render the relationship contract null and void. Now, I understand that I'm not perfect. I understand that people are going to disagree with me. And I understand that people are just going to have bad days. However, I still expect that people treat me with the same degree of courtesy and respect that they would exercise in dealing with a stranger on a bus, especially the stranger who may even be acting in a flagrantly annoying fashion. In my relationships, I expect at least that level of dignity and respect. I don't think that's too much to ask. And if they're not going to provide it for whatever reason, I'm going to take myself out of that relationship. A relationship with me is a privilege, not a right, and you can think the same way. What do you think? Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. And if you'd like to schedule a consultation, you can reach me at psychhackspodcast@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.